what narcissistic behaviour really is and what it isn't. Hello and welcome. I'm Angela Carter, IFS therapist, trauma specialist, and someone who's walked beside many brave souls reclaiming themselves after toxic relationships, including myself. Today's conversation is about narcissistic behaviour, what it really is, what it isn't, and why understanding the internal system behind it can help you begin to heal. This isn't a diagnostic conversation. This is a compassionate one, because behind every behaviour is a story, and behind every survivor is a nervous system trying to come home to safety. So let's begin by pulling the word narcissist away from popular culture and back into the realm of psychological understanding. What we call narcissism, especially in its harmful relational form, is not just someone who is arrogant or self-absorbed. Narcissistic behavior is a system, a fragmented inner world made up of parts that had to protect themselves very early on. In internal family systems, we see that all of us are made up of parts. We're multiplicity beings. And some of those parts develop roles, like the performer, the controller, the people pleaser, or the one that shuts down emotions altogether. But for someone showing narcissistic traits, this protective system is often overdeveloped. The system takes over to manage unbearable shame, rejection, or early childhood wounds. Their survival strategy becomes about control, image, and power, because vulnerability once felt like annihilation. Being in a relationship with someone who has a very strong, protective, narcissistic system isn't just difficult, it's disorientating. You may feel like you're constantly on edge, walking on eggshells, trying to earn back the warmth that once came so easily. You might doubt yourself constantly. You start asking, was that my fault? Did I overreact? Why can't I just be better for them? And that's because the narcissistic system is deeply skilled at keeping control through intermittent reinforcement. Love is given, then withheld. You're praised, then punished. It's confusing. That's exactly what they want. They want to keep you stuck. You may notice a part of you that still believes, if I can just explain it differently, they'll finally understand. Believe me, I know that. I tried many ways. Nothing works. But when your feelings get in the way, you'll do whatever it takes to bring them back. And that's not your naivety. That's a hopeful part, a part that loved them, the part that felt loved by them. And it deserves compassion from you, not shame. So let's be careful not to weaponize the term. Not every difficult person is narcissistic, and not every narcissist is evil. Some people who act in narcissistic ways are terrified, dysregulated, and stuck in protective roles that they've never learned to unblend from. But this doesn't mean that you have to stay, that you have to put up with it, that you have to tolerate it. This doesn't mean that you owe them healing. This doesn't mean that they will also change. What it does mean is that you can start to understand a narcissistic system without excusing it. You can walk away without hating. And you can choose to lead your own life from self-energy, not from guilt, confusion, shame, or fear. And so in this series, I'm going to walk you through the impact of toxic relationships, how to reclaim your wholeness one part, one breath, one truth at a time. You'll learn how to recognize the red flags and the internal parts that once ignored them. You'll meet the version of you that doesn't just survive this, but lead your healing with clarity and grace, because you're not too much. You're not broken. You didn't ask for too much, and you're not alone. In this conversation, and many to come. You will learn to understand the parts of you. And so if this resonates with you, you can subscribe. You can stay connected and join me in each episode as we start the journey home.